Today I'm going to show you something that's a little new for me. I'm going to be doing some Bible journaling, which is, like I said, completely new. I'm learning, playing as I go along, but I think our stamps work great. I'll show you some of the pages I have already done, and we'll play with some of the other ones. And then one of the pages, I took the same stamps and made a card, so it doesn't have to be just Bible journaling if you like the concept. You can take the same thing and turn it into a card. So have fun with me today, and hopefully we all learn something new. I have a verse here that refers to flowers and that kind of thing, and the grasses and the fields. So we're going to do that across our page. I started off with a torn piece of paper. Remove my bookmark. And we are really going to just make this up as we go along. I'm going to start off with my little hay pile stamp. Kind of just give myself some grass first. And you can go off the page. I'm going to go into the words a bit. So there's my basic grass, and let's see, do some roses. Oops, try to put the mask back. To where it was. So I have my roses in there. Cover it up, put some stickweeds. There's my basic roses and stickweeds. To have some pinks and reds for my roses. These are Tombow markers. I'm going to do my normal blending, but I am going to be a little careful because these pages are thin, and if I scrub too much, I could easily scrub a hole in the pages. So I have my pink roses. And I'm going to take my pink and tap it to my red so I get my shading. This is where you want to be a little careful. Alright. So I have my roses, and then I'm going to take my green marker. I'm not taking my color and doing that for grass. That's too heavy, and again would risk tearing the pages. So I'm just putting some swipes of color up on the leaves. Okay, we have our green. Grab blue. Some blue in there, and then I'm going to grab this lime green, same green that I used up here on my verse that I highlighted. Put a little bit of lime green in there. And then my soft brown, because we don't want this floating out there in nothingness. And then a little bit of gray. Oops, and I always seem to forget the little bit of green underneath my flowers. Soft gray around the image, just to pop it. And then I have my little stickweeds. That's this guy, if you can tell. Mine's a little loved. I'm going to take my snowflake, which is that. You can see. And all I'm going to do is tap, 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 tap gently. To create some puffs. As the verse refers to the flowers of the fields. So, and then I'm going to take and press just a little bit harder on a few of them, not too hard, so I get some different flowers. And then our dots in blue. And then I want to kind of tie the verse and the flowers together. So I'm going to cut a little strip of paper, cover up my verse, grab my dot row stamp, and it goes behind the verse. And if you miss a little bit connecting them, that's where a pen comes in handy. There, they're connected. I grab my soft gray marker again. Okay. Now I kind of have a lot of white space on here, so I'm going to take this very fancy and expensive tool as a napkin because I like the texture of it. You can use anything to create a sponge as long as it has some fun textures. Cellophane, tin foil. And I'm just going to kind of add a little bit of sponging or napkining to my page. Then I have my roses in my page journaled, and you could make other notes and write your own titles and toppers and things like that too. Here's a sample of another one I did using butterflies. You can see that one's similar process. I'm kind of developing a theme, which you don't have to do, but I kind of like to keep things consistent. Here's another one referring to the vineyards. So I took this vine stamp and I created grapes using my stick solid flower. I stamped it in the purple, put one down here, and I just tap, tap, tap and bringing it down. And when I get to the bottom, because I want my grapes to drop into a center, I angle the stamp, so I'm only stamping the edge of the rubber, not the whole image. And then we got to add some leaves. There you have grapes on a vine. We have another page to do. This is again one referring to all the people are like grass and flowers in the fields. So we're going to make this up as we go along. This time, I know it said flowers in the fields, but I'm still going to do it a little bit differently. Get my flower pots. I'm going to stamp my flower pot on another piece of paper so I can create a mask. If you stamp this on a post-it note, it's really nice because then you have the sticky and you don't have to hold it. Okay, Okay, so there's my mask, and it covers up the pot we had. Stamp another one. When I take it away, I have the two flower pots overlapped. There's my 3 flower pots. Again, I don't want these things floating. There's my grass. I'm going to cover up my flower pots. Daffodil. And this one's a little bit different. I got to cover up the other flower pot as well. Now it's behind. And I'll come over here. And that one I had to actually rock the stamp a little bit because of the curve of the book. Just a little. So then there's my images. To color the flower pot, I'm going to grab a golden orange. So I'll close up my ink pad. And my bright red. I'm going to take my golden orange, color my pot. Again, I'm putting the color down, but I'm not scrubbing it because I don't want to tear through that page. So I have my flower pot. Then I'm going to take my orange and tap it to my red, and you get pretty drastic blending, but in a little bit it will be the perfect terracotta color as it blends off. That. All right, so there. Are my flower pots. And the paper does blend a little bit differently, if that's a word, different than I'm used to. The colors absorb a little bit faster. So I'm actually going to come back in here, just hit that edge. A little bit of blue to our grass. And we need our brown. And I went off the edge a little bit and got ink on the pages, but you can always take a sponge at the end or a napkin or whatever and sponge the edge of the book. There go the little birds singing. Oops. A little bit of green. Bright yellow daffodil. Tap it to that golden orange color. there's one daffodil. I'll get a little turned around on what marker colors I'm working with. And you can make your daffodils look a little different. Some of them have a little bit deeper orange colored trumpet in the center. So you can take stamp it that way. Still have quite a bit of orange on my yellow marker. And then we take our gray, put our gray around. We have that. Back to my napkin. And later on I'll probably add a saying or something across. Or you can do some journaling of other verses on the page. You don't have to stick one theme to a page. So there's my daffodils. There's one I did earlier about the flowers, God worrying about the flowers and the birds. This one is the one that matched that card. So if you're not necessarily into Bible journaling, you can take all these same concepts and translate them easily to cards. And then one I'm going to be working on later, but I just wanted to show you the stamped concept. This Genesis is fun. You got the whole creation thing. I got floral foliages and creation of the animals, so that one will be all colored, and there'll probably be lots of other animals all over that page. So those are just some fun ideas of trying something new, but then again you can take those concepts and translate them over to cards.